Welcome back student to the second video of chapter Force and Laws of Motion. Let us take a quick recap what we have learned in previous video. We have defined force. What is force, student? Force is a kind of push or pull. And what a force can do? Force can either change or try to change in number 1 states of an object, and what are the state of an object, student? There are two states. There are two states, rest and motion. Force can also change the direction of an object and force can change the shape or size of an object. Okay. Now, what are the type of forces? There are two type of force, balance force and unbalanced force. Now we will see what a balance force can do. We know, student, there are two states of an object. First is rest and second is motion. Let us take a picture of a stationary object. Suppose this is a ball which is at rest initially. Okay, so initial position of this ball is rest. If a balance force will apply on this ball, now what will happen? For suppose we are taking F1 force is applied leftward and F2 force is applied rightward direction. As forces are balanced, this means the magnitude of these two forces are equal, and as they are opposite in direction, they will develop the resultant force or net force. As they are opposites in direction, so they will get subtracted, and the magnitude are equal, that means they will cancel out each other. So net force which is left will be 0. This means no net force, or we can say as no net force, the final state will be rest as well. Initially the object was in rest and finally the object will be in rest when the balance force is applied. Okay. Now, another case, let us consider. Initially the ball is moving. Okay. You can see the ball is moving. Okay. Now what will happen? If balance force, this is supposition, student, we are supposing two forces are applying equal and in opposite direction to check what will happen in the case of balance force. Okay, two forces are applying equal and opposite direction. As the direction is opposite, that means they will develop the resultant force and they will get subtracted. But the forces are balanced. This clearly means the magnitude of these two forces are equal. Okay. Now develop the net or resultant force that will be subtracted. Definitely, because direction is opposite, student. Okay. If they are in the same direction, they will get added up. They will cancel out the effect of each other as they are equal in magnitude. That we can understand net force is 0. If net force is 0, so we can understand there is no force to change the state of this ball. Initially, what was the state of this ball? Moving or motion. So, finally, the state of the ball will be moving. Okay. So, we can write final state will be motion. What you conclude? We can conclude under the effect of balance force, an object can maintain its states or direction. Correct? Now, that means if an object initially was in rest, will remain in the state of rest under the influence of balance force. But if an object is in motion or if it is uniformly moving, it will remain in state of motion. Now, let us again learn what an unbalanced force can do. Again, we are knowing there are two states of object. That means first is rest and second is motion. Okay. So, we are going to see what an unbalanced force can do. Now, again consider the same example. Initially, the ball is in rest. Correct? Now, if unbalanced force is applying, that means, for suppose if unbalanced force is, let us suppose only one force apply on the leftward direction, as it is not balanced by any other forces. As a result, it can change the state of an object after the applying F1 force. What will happen? Can you guess? Simply, the ball will start moving. Okay? That means initially the object state was rest, and after applying force, unbalanced force, its state will convert into motion. Similarly, if initially object is in motion, after effect of unbalanced force, the state can be changed into state of rest. So, what we can conclude? We can conclude under the influence of unbalanced force, an object can change its state or direction. correct? So if an object initially is in state of rest, after applying unbalanced force, it can be changed its states to motion. Similarly, if it is in motion, it will convert the state of rest. Okay. So now student, we are starting the next topic or today's topic.
Now coming to laws of motion, let us start with first law of motion. An object remains at rest until and unless an external unbalanced force apply onto it. Similarly, if an object moving with a velocity will continue to move its with the velocity until and unless an external force experienced by it. Student, to change the state of an object or the direction of an object, an external unbalanced force is required. Either it can be form of net force or unbalanced force, or we can say external force. Any non-living object have a tendency to maintain their state of motion or rest or direction, or we can understand the object cannot change its state of rest or state of motion, or it cannot change its direction by itself. So it can be understood as kind of inability. Inability of an object that it cannot change in its state or direction by itself is called inertia. What is inertia? Inertia is a inability of an object by the virtue of which it cannot change in its state by itself, or it cannot change in its direction by itself. It always require an unbalanced external force.
We can define inertia is an inability of a body to change in its state by itself. Or we can also say inertia is a property of an object by the virtue of which an object can resist the change in its state of motion or rest. Or direction. This is the inertia due to which object cannot change its state, or it always resists to change. It do not want to change in its state. Okay. Now there is a question, what develops inertia of an object? So, to answer this, mass of an object develops its inertia. That means less mass has less inertia. That means it has less ability to resist change. Or we can say more mass has more inertia. Or object have greater capacity to resist change. Okay, we can understand this by activity. Let us take this activity. Just observe, in this activity there is a empty bottle and a paper is kept under it. We are going to drag this paper by a external force. If an external force applied, the ball cannot resist in this state and fall down. Okay, it shows just because bottle was empty, that means it has less mass, less inertia. Sorry. Correct, as it has less inertia, so it cannot resist the change. Okay, now take another activity. This time we have taken an half filled bottle. Okay, now repeat the same activity. As we are dragging the paper, this time the bottle will not fall. This shows as bottle was half filled, that means it has more mass, that means more inertia. Let us repeat the activity, but this time we have taken both the bottle at the same time. Now see what will happen. This time half filled bottle will remain same, but empty bottle will fall down. That shows it do not resist the change due to very small force. It change in its state, but half filled bottle or bottle with filled with water has more inertia, so it can resist the external force, resist the unbalanced force. Now, let us understand first inertia of rest. Okay. Inertia of rest, if an object cannot change its state of rest by itself. Okay, we will understand this by the activity.
Observe this activity. A person sitting in a car or bus falls backward when suddenly it starts. Now let us understand why this happened. Initially, the skateboard is in rest. The person is in rest itself. Let us divide the body of a person into two equal parts, upper body and lower body. The lower body is in the direct contact of the vehicle or a skateboard. As the force or external force applied in forward direction, external force is applied in forward direction, the body part which is in direct contact of skateboard will come into action and move towards the direction of force. But the upper body part, which is not in the direct contact of skateboard, will remain in its state of rest and try to hold its position. That is a reason a person feel a thirst on the backward direction and as a result fall backward. Okay.
In this activity, when we apply force on a card, glass will fall down inside the glass, will not move with the card. Why? Let us understand. See, in this activity, the card in the state of rest, the coin is also in the state of rest. When we apply force, this is an external unbalanced force. Due to this, as the card is in the direct contact of the unbalanced force, it will change its state from rest to motion. As we all know, an external unbalanced force is required to change the state of an object. So, from the state of rest, it will change into the state of motion. But the coin is not in the direct contact, so it remain in the same state what it was and what, okay, and it will become in the state of rest. Now, as the card move forward, it falls down. Now we will define inertia of rest, inertia of motion. If an object cannot change in its state, in its state of motion by itself, it is said to be in inertia of motion. That means if an object is in motion, it requires an extra unbalanced force to come into the state of rest. The unbalanced force is required. Let us understand it by a following activity. This is the same activity, student, but this time when a person is moving and suddenly stop, it will fall forward. Now let us understand why this happen. See, in this case, let us divide the object into two parts, upper body part and lower body part. The vehicle which is moving initially is in a state of motion. Its lower body, which is in direct contact of this skate, is also in motion, and upper body is also moving with it. Okay. So, all three are in the state of motion. When it suddenly stop, means an external unbalanced force is applying in that direction, the lower body which are in direct contact with the skateboard will come into the rest. Okay. So, as a final result, this lower part will become a rest, but upper body part which is not in direct contact, it is still in the state of motion. So, it will fall in the forward direction. Third type of inertia is inertia of direction. Let us suppose a person is revolving a ball. What happens if the rope will break suddenly? We know the ball will move in the tangential direction because it has inertia of direction. The ball cannot change its direction by itself. So, it will move in the straight line where it was break. Okay.